President Donald Trump recently held an exclusive crypto dinner for the top 220 holders of his controversial and infamous MEMECOIN. There was plenty of speculation around the event. Who were the mysterious top holders? What would we learn about Trump's stance on crypto? And what kind of perks and rewards would be dished out for those rich enough to be invited to such an exclusive event? What could have been a real turning point for crypto ended up being one of the most peculiar events in any industry ever. On January 27th, 2025, Donald Trump revealed the launch of Trump just 3 days before his inauguration. The coin dominated headlines for weeks as its price declined following its swift rise, showing just how heavily the space is dominated by bad actors, snipers, and insiders. But the president wasn't going to go down without a fight. How could he? It is his entire slogan after all. He would reward the top 220 holders of his coin to a private dinner with him in attendance, and the top 25 a special VIP tour of the White House. Following this announcement, the coin jumped up 50%, with the average Jeet throwing in his last $7, hoping that that would be enough to help him climb the ranks of the top holders, who held millions. The most intriguing part about the dinner though was who the top holders would turn out to be. Elon Musk? Billionaires new to crypto? Vladimir Putin? How about Lamar Odom? Yeah, I didn't have that on my bingo card either. The dinner started in classic Trump/crypto fashion with a flurry of protests outside of the Trump National Golf Course where it was being held. Which is a shame because if I had to putt for a birdie on 18 and all I could hear was this racket, I might actually snap a club over my knee. Now, while we don't know the ins and outs of the dinner, we can get a rough picture as to how things played out thanks to influencers and holders documenting what they thought would be a once-in-a-lifetime event, and a great video documenting that from the Wall Street Journal. This man said there was a room for the top 25 holders and another for everyone else. It would be great having to hold nearly $2 million in Trump coin, only to be cast into the Peasants Hall while the top 25 spoke about their new Lamborghinis. So that's nice, that's really inclusive. Then, Mr. Trump arrived by helicopter at around 7 PM after there'd been enough mingling and awkward conversations.
What a nice place. Did you get to see the helicopters?
Yeah, super cool.
I love how Trump asked people if they liked his helicopter like a dad showing his kid an AC/DC album for the first time. And Justin's son was just absolutely lapping this up.
You get to see the helicopters?
Yeah, super cool.
Dropping into his dinner like Prime Sting, Trump took to the podium for a staggering 23 minutes and then left by that same helicopter. No meeting the people who helped print both him and World Liberty Financial over $30 million in profits from trading fees alone. Just fly in, say a few words, leave them to dine on the food. Lovely stuff. Bill Zenker, who is of course attached to Liberty Financial, gave a great speech about the coin, citing that it is the most successful of all time. If by most successful you mean it's still alive and somehow has avoided a full SEC investigation, then yeah, sure, we'll go with that. But don't worry, because everyone got a free gift bag. What would they receive? A free round of golf, maybe some voting rights for the token, or exclusive access to board meetings for the coin's future and chances to network with the elite. No, they got a hat. A few people got a watch, which is ironic really, because if they'd opened their phone after the dinner, they could have watched their profits drop 16%. Brilliant. Others got a plaque, which I don't really know what you would do with. Maybe just put it on your mantelpiece to show your significant other that you too got to see a helicopter. But the main event was still to come. The dinner. The president, one of the most successful business people in American history, who surely has a taste for the finer things in life and a pioneer of the meme coin space, decided to feed 220 millionaires prison slop. I actually have no word. Like, I've genuinely seen nicer looking frozen meals. In fact, I think genuine slop looks more advertising.
Very disappointed with the dinner. I did not like the menu. I was expecting either Big Macs or pizza. I'm very disappointed that...
At first, I genuinely laughed when I watched this clip, but a Big Mac probably costs more than this did to prepare, so I'm not even mad at him. That's genuinely an incredibly valid comment. Actually though, now I understand why Trump left so quickly. He wasn't going to stick around and dine with insufferable crypto bros on what looks like a meal cooked by a genuine gorilla left to his own devices at an oven. This is such a weird experience for literally everyone. Like, imagine spending $2 million on phantom internet money so you can dine with the president of your country, only to come away with nothing but a cap, a contact of someone who will never text you back because he's just as embarrassed about being there as you were, and a picture of your dinner for Snapchat that will be mogged for all of eternity. The dinner genuinely had potential to showcase Trump's bullishness on the space, plans for the future, and ask some of the richest, most influential minds in crypto about how to best push his token forward, and instead, it was like a divorced dad throwing a kid a birthday party on 10 minutes notice. Only in crypto.